Come in, London. Can you hear us? Apologies for the interruption to the broadcast. Our microphones went dead. But welcome to what is the final 10 minutes of second practice. Hello everybody, back with us again. We hope so. Anyway, there we go. Massive apologies for the delay here for practice coverage. It is only free practice too, so you haven't missed much. Bagnaia top from Alex Marquez, Agura, Zarco, Chantra, Quartararo. Then we get Morbidelli, Mia, Di Giannantonio, Marine in the top 10, Acosta, Bezzecchi, Miller, Ralph Fernandez, Oliveira, Binder, Femin Aldeguer, Marc Marquez, Bastianini, Vinales, Rins, and Salvadori. Nobody's gone down, everybody's been okay. Massive apologies to everybody back home. We had a microphone technical issue where we just couldn't get any sound. We plugged in 2 different bus mixes, nothing. We had to reset the computer and load it back in. So a massive apologies to everybody watching at home that has happened. We are fixing this issue full time. Right now, though, let's go full screen and let's go to TNT while we run a quick system diagnostic.
So, yeah, there's going to be, I think, a significant layoff, and then hopefully he's back in Europe.
And it sounds, Neil, from Massimo Rivola, like they're not going to put the pressure on for him to come back.
Which is good, because they know they've got a diamond anyway in him, but they know how super talented he is. So the last thing, they've put a big investment, probably one of the biggest investments as a manufacturer they've ever put in one rider. So when you think of the wrist injuries, I think of someone like James Toseland.
Absolutely.
How many operations has James had on his wrist now?
It's still been ongoing, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's still, obviously, unfortunately for James, not right. Has James had 7 or 8 operations?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, but it's that amount. He's tried absolutely everything.
Fusing it, all kinds of things, hasn't it? You feel so much for him, and it still niggles away.
Niggles, I know, gives it, yeah, I believe he's still in pain with it, so... Yeah, he's made a mess of his wrist. The scaphoid bone's a nightmare, but also there are the fractures
little carpal
in there.
bones, aren't there? It's in there, and it's also things like when you have the break, you have scar tissue that builds up, and that's where obviously your main arteries come through in there as well, and there's all little gaps in between all the bones, and you get numbness in your fingers, nerve endings, that kind of thing. Marc Marquez, by the way, went up to 3rd. Digi went up to 4th. Sorry, up to 5th briefly until Mark went into 3rd. And he's on another quick lap here, so he's back on it. He's on a mission this weekend. It's like on a psychological mission.
Absolutely. Well, we know, I mean, it's the start of the season. All the talk all winter is it's going to be between Mark and his teammate, Francesco Bagnaia. This is round 1, and it is all psychological games. He came out yesterday, within 6 laps, he'd done a 1:29 round here, just absolutely dominated. That's an incredible lap time, on race tyres, on worn tyres. I mean, he's definitely going to be favourite going into the race, but he wants to demoralise everyone.
All of a sudden, all the Ducatis are circling 6 in the top 10 in this free practice 2 session. We'll remind you, last year in the sprint, it was a top 8, all the Ducatis in order. So all 6 are in there, including Femin Aldeguer, who's dropped it under the 130 barrier. Femin, for the first time, so down to 129.977 from the young Spaniard, who we all rate very, very highly indeed. He's a live wire, he's a bit of a firecracker of a character, but he is so quick, and has shown that ever since he stepped into Moto2 at just 16 years of age.
Yeah, do you remember? I remember him
Argentina.
I remember in Argentina. I remember him in Portugal as well, when I think he stepped in for someone, one of his first rides, and he was right up there, battling for 5th. And I'm thinking, I'd never even heard of him. One of them jobs. You're like, where's he come from?
Yeah, because he didn't come through the normal system in Moto3.
No.
He'd been in the junior class, but he got too tall. And Luca Boscoscaro saw and got him in their squad back in the European series, and that's where he came through. So he's up at turn 3 again. Oh!
Standard. And it's funny with Aldeguer, because there's some journalists in this paddock but believe this or not what I'm going to say, don't rate him. Don't rate him. They're like, Aldeguer, oh no, flash in the pan. Do you remember the flash in the pan when he won 4 races in a row, beating Pedro in Moto2 races, beating Pedro Costa, obviously every time? I watched that and thought, I'm watching someone with a lot of talent.
There's a beautiful thing is that they're both from Murcia.
Yeah.
I know.
They both screw up together. You know, they were best pals. They had sleepovers. I've been down there. I've seen the pictures. I've been down and seen them as kids together, and now they can't even. They don't speak to each other. There's a bit of something's happened. We can't quite get to the root of it. Pedro was asked about Firmino at the start of the season. He goes, "I just don't give him a second thought, really."
Oh, really?
It's so Pedro.
Pedro's made a switch. He's decided I'm going to be the tough nut, hasn't he?
Yeah, but you know what I always say? Oh, I like when they don't get on. I like rivalries. Do you know why I think it's sad? Because there's so many beautiful pictures of them and the kids living the dream in the bedrooms with all the bike pictures on the wall, playing games, just mates, loving racing against each other. It's sad that that friendship hasn't continued. But anyway, those two riders are going to entertain us for the next 15 years.
They are indeed, and we are back with you up here in the comms box as well, so thank goodness for that. Let's get 5 minutes on. Just a reminder that we are going to be shifting over to JB Motorsports for the qualifying session. That was already a pre-planned thing before the tech issues. The link to that, if you're watching on YouTube, is in the YouTube chat. It's pinned as well. If you're watching on Twitch, don't have to do a thing. So Marc Marquez then, very much back to being stronger. What an interesting, though, qualifying we've got coming up for the first one of the year. So much intrigue in terms of who's having to go through Q1, including an Aya Bastianini. Never saw that one coming, did we? In many regards. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Mark looking on fire, says Sean. Hello, Sean. Nice to see you here as well. Let me just do this because we're on JB2. Add as moderator. And so, there you go, Sean. Chancha 8th, 1:37.62. Marc Marquez a 10th down. Franco Morbidelli looking strong as well as they continue on. Luke Chettinello, the LCR team principal, watching on the pit lane board as well. Very excited for qualifying later, so am I. That's coming up in about 10 minutes' time. Yeah, literally, I'll warn everybody here, if anybody here is a streamer and uses OBS, there's a new update which removes your microphone. So during the night, it updated and then relaunched, so I thought everything was the same, and the mics wouldn't work. So I was sat here talking, going, "Hello, welcome to MotoGP," and I was talking to a dead mic. It was just lost commentary. So got that sorted. Hello, Joe. Grid Network show later on as well. It's going to be fun. Previewing MotoGP and NASCAR, Xfinity and Cup races, IndyCar as well at St. Pete. You go over to the Grid Network and subscribe to them as well. And don't forget to watch the Grid Tonight show on Wednesday with myself, Kobe and Matt White. Something just flashed up on my monitor. It is a busy weekend, Joe. I told myself when I got up to come to the commentary box, you've only got 90 minutes, you can have 3 hours sleep. Not too bad, eh? However, I think me and Megan will be watching the sprint race through eyes like that, to be fair. It's a wonderful circuit here in Thailand, actually. It's a new layout. We've got a new tracker this year in terms of information. Morbidelli's fastest first sector, by the way, 18.323. Marc Marquez, 25.459 in the middle sector. So there's a few times there that you just sort of need to be wary of. Qualifying coming up soon, and we shall be ready to go for that with our qualifying screen. That will be on JB Motorsports, the main channel. We'll shift over. So just as a head up, Moto 2 and Moto 3 are going to be live on this channel, however, on JB Motorsports 2 tomorrow. I'll become the new home, and then the MotoGP races will shift around between the two. Pekka Bagnaia watching on in the 63. All practice and all practice sessions are live on JB2, Moto 2, Moto 3, Moto E, and then the main race is there on JB Motorsports. Marc Marquez, 16 thousandths down, but a soft front, soft rear tyre compound. Alex Marquez, hard front, soft rear. So a few little changes needed there as they will slowly close up back together. Fingers crossed that's going to be good. Yeah, now, even I said in the Grid Tonight show, Jorge Martin must be furious watching this back because he's left the Ducati team because there wasn't a GP25 bike, it wasn't going to be in the factory team, only to be told, oh yeah, by the way, we're using the GP24 bike again. He must be the angriest man in motor racing right now. I'd be furious, absolutely furious. As they come into it. As they turn in, slowly put the power back down. Mark over the line, 130.008. So stays second. It's Franco Morbidelli who's got the fastest time in his free practice session. So far, we're not having a great weekend with MotoGP technology, are we? Mike's bust yesterday in the session. Mike's bust today. That's two different devices. Check the flags out. Session concludes. There's a few going on. As you turn in, it's a wonderful atmosphere here. Turn 1, 2, 3, and then into 4, 5, 6, 7. Sort of going to loop it back and keep it going as we close back for more action. Marco Bezzecchi, hard front, soft rear tyre. Everyone who's got to go through Q1 is now going to be on the most interesting tyre compounds, remember. That's going to be something to keep an eye on. Just slowly closing it back in. Mark goes wide, decides against it. Still no rider tracker, however, in MotoGP. Oh, how we'd love a rider tracker if that became available to us. We'd be using it all the time, I can tell you that right now. Still don't know why the blog won't auto-update anymore. We'll figure that out. Mark stays fifth. I think that's it. Everyone's taken the flag what's coming to the pit lane. So, it's Franco Morbidelli for Marc Marquez, Pecco Bagnaia, Ferdinand Arteaguer, Alex Marquez, Ayagua, Jan Zarco, Fabio Di Giannantonio, Somkat Chantra, Fabio Quartararo top 10 from Juan Mir, Ralph Fernandez, Luca Marini, Pedro Costa, Marco Bezzecchi, Jack Miller, Miguel Oliveira, Brad Binder, Enea Bassini, Marvin Vinales, Alex Rins, and Lorenzo Salvadori takes it over as well. Now, if you are watching us on JB Motorsports 2, click the link in the YouTube live chat. That will take you to coverage of the qualifying session live on JB Motorsports, the main channel. As well, if you watch us on Twitch, you don't have to do a thing. Once again, apologies for the mic issues, which cost us around about 10 minutes of the session. They have now been fixed. We are good to go as well. We're trying to stay here as long as possible so that it's a smooth changeover for you as well. I will once again paste the link, by the way, in the YouTube chat. And I'm being told that we've got to fly off to go to the second channel. So, Morbidelli tops practice 2, qualifying for the first time is up next. Join us on JB Motorsports. Follow the link in the live chat.